just thought I'd pop on quickly. Oh, what is my hair doing? Apologies, look at the state of it. Matches the grass nearly. So thought I'd pop on quickly. Long COVID. What is long COVID? Well, what isn't it? So long COVID affects all different organs in your body, so it's multi-organal or multifaceted, whatever you want to say. It affects the heart, the lungs, the guts, the brain, basically everything, which is why people with long COVID have so many different random symptoms that seem to change, because it just gets everywhere. It also affects the nervous system. So just touching on that with regards to the nervous system. So you've got your autonomic nervous system that compromises the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. They are basically your fight and flight, which is, you know, like adrenaline when you're scared, when you're excited, gets adrenaline coursing around your veins. Then you have got your rest and digest, which is where you relax, reset. Basically think of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system like some scales that are normally in balance. And when you get long COVID, it throws it out of balance, out of whack, and you're permanently switched into fight or flight mode. So you have adrenaline just rushing around your body constantly, and you can't switch it off. It's horrible, absolutely horrible, truly horrendous. Like literally the tiniest things your body reacts to. You could hear a tiny little sound and you'd be terrified, like your body's going into shock and you think you're about to be killed. It's ridiculous. It's just so weird. So there's also lots to do with the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve runs down your body through your neck, interestingly down into your gut. So lots of people have gastrointestinal issues, which currently I've been suffering from the last few weeks, which are highly unpleasant, and have meant that I haven't really wanted to leave the house a great deal, just in case. Yeah, so that's not been fun. So yeah, the vagus nerve. So a lot of time has been spent on trying to reset the vagus nerve and calm down the fight or flight mode. So meditation, yoga nidra, vagus nerve stimulation, so you can like rub on your neck down towards your sternum. You can massage your earlobes as well. There's different like exercises you can do where you hold your hands up behind your head and then you look up to one side, and then it kind of initiates like a yawn, and the yawning resets the vagus nerve. So I've been doing lots of that, lots of relaxation techniques, cold water therapy, like if you don't have your own ice bath, that not many of us do, then a blast of a cold shower for 30 seconds after my normal shower, and avoiding kind of different kinds of stress, minimising stress as much as possible. Also trying to get more engaged with nature, techniques called grounding, so experiencing nature by touch and feel, like, I mean you don't want to do it here, but like feet on the ground, feeling the earth, feeling the nature between your toes. I've realised actually that I seem to quite like a good ramble. As much as I think that I'm direct and to the point, I'm probably not in the slightest. And my hair, it's because I had it up in like a bun thing, and I've just taken, what is this bit doing? Just taken it down and it's flapping around all over. So I'm just out for a walk actually, avoiding putting my 3-year-old to bed. I mean, there's got to be some positives to having long COVID. That's been pretty horrendous. Yeah, it's really difficult. Like the symptoms change constantly. It's ridiculous. It's like you couldn't even make it up. Sometimes I wonder if I'm imagining it, and it can't be real. Varying from acceptance into denial, because it's just so bizarre. You literally don't know how you're going to wake up each morning. Well, actually, say wake up each morning, that's even if you manage to sleep, because the insomnia was horrific, literally horrendous, coupled with the adrenaline surges. Not pleasant in the slightest. It's something you just literally... Oh, there's loads of rabbits over there. Not that you can see them, but the rabbits are out. Yeah, the adrenaline surges and the insomnia, not pleasant. None of it's pleasant. And yeah, things can change from hour to hour, so it's not like a normal illness where you are ill and then you start getting better and you're on the mend and every day you see progress. This one goes backwards and forwards, lulls you into a false sense of security, like you think that you're getting better, and then you get in a good headspace and you're like, yes, I'm doing it, I'm beating it, and then just whips your legs out from underneath you, knocks you onto your ass, and oh, nearly fell over then, knocks you onto your ass and flattens you again. And yeah, the backwards and forwards, the like when you've got all these random symptoms happening and they come and go and they like cycle around, and you might have some of them for a few days and then they disappear and it's replaced by something else, and then that's replaced by something else, and then your old ones come back again, and you're just like, what even is it? It's like a bad dream, like imagining just crap, basically. I am rambling again. Yeah, it's really hard. The mental side of it is so challenging, so tough. I'm like in a bit of a, I don't know, miserable, feeling sorry for myself, depressed state the last few weeks. I don't know if it's because I've been in the 8 to 9 month mark and it's just like I was getting better and now I've got worse, and I don't know, it's just, and then you go through is this what life's going to be like? Is this ever going to end? Is there any light at the end of the tunnel? I don't even know what to do. I can't even believe it. Like, I'm in denial, but I can't be in denial. And I'm just sick of it and fed up of it and want it to go away, but it's not. And there's nothing I can do, and there's no quick fix. And you just have to have faith and believe. And sometimes I don't have faith. Sometimes I don't believe. And other times I'm like, yeah, 100% got this, not a problem. That's normally on the days where I feel alright, or the moments that I feel alright, and I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad, can't have possibly been that bad. What was all that? Fuck! Just stood on a bloody thistle. Ouch! That serves me right. I'm going walking through a field full of thistles in my Birkenstocks. Oh my word, I have an actual thistle in my foot. Note to self. Ugh. That was a big old thistle. Do not go out walking in a field full of thistles in your Birkenstocks. So, if you do happen to know anybody that's got long COVID, be nice to them, be kind to them, because they're going to be going through, no doubt, worrying that people aren't going to believe them, because I know that I do, feeling like super useless and super guilty about everything, because there's just some days I feel so terrible that it's basically all I can do to attempt to be present, and other days I feel fairly okay. Sometimes I even feel normal, not that I even know what normal is anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard because normally I'm such a positive person. I'm 100 miles an hour all the time, don't sit down, always doing stuff, always planning stuff, always got a list of things that I want to do, things I want to achieve, constantly taking the kids out here, there and everywhere, doing stuff around the house, organising stuff, multitasking, training. Now, literally do nothing, and I feel awful because I just want to take my kids out, but I can't arrange anything because I never know how I'm going to feel. It makes me very sad, and I feel like I'm a rubbish wife, that I'm not. Oh, now I'm being bombarded by crickets. A rubbish wife, a rubbish mum, bit of a waste of space, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I think I might finish my rambles now. My foot is hurting where I stood on the thistle, but I did manage to pull it out of my toe. It's probably the most exercise my arms have done as well for months and months and months holding up a phone, and they are aching rather a lot. Oh, and the other really annoying thing actually, thinking about, I don't know where my mind just went then, is the amount of people that currently tell me I look really well. Yay! I mean, obviously, always a nice comment for people to say you look really well, but when you feel like absolute dog poo inside because your brain feels like it's shaking around in your skull and is about to burst out of it due to all the inflammation around your body, and your insides are shaking like you're in an earthquake or something, but nobody can see it because it's all on the inside, or your stomach is doing somersaults and you don't know if you can get to the toilet quick enough. Yeah. Or sometimes where you don't actually even know if your legs feel strong enough to hold you up. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. So just be kind to people, because you never know what's going on inside them. Yeah, ramble, ramble, ramble. Bit of hair again. One other thing I will say is my body. So having always like exercised and trained, I've always had a lot of confidence and always relied on my body and always known what it was capable of, what it could do. I had a lot of faith in it, I had a lot of trust in it, and yeah, that's all been taken away, and it's difficult to understand what's going on inside me, and listening to it and being aware of it and dealing with it. And I feel like I go between like feeling like my body has let me down and is a disappointment, and like almost hating it, to then thinking actually I should be grateful for it trying to heal, trying to get better, trying to do whatever it can to make me well again. The body is an incredible thing, and I suppose it's just going to take some time to appreciate that and get some faith back in myself, instead of second guessing and questioning every little thing that's going on and every little uncomfortable pain or feeling or sensation. I'm realising actually in the past it was fine to have a headache, or fine to have a bit of me that ached slightly, and it didn't mean anything sinister, whereas now any little thing that's going on in my body, it's almost like in my brain I build it up into being something catastrophic and something that it's not. So yeah, it's a difficult one.